Welcome to the Bears on Tap Offensive Line Film Room, bringing you all 22 views and breakdowns on the Chicago Bears offensive line. Presented by Quentin Q. Crisco and the one and only Ron Luce.
Welcome back to another Chicago Bears offensive line film room. My name is Quentin Crisco. I am joined by Mr. Coach Ron Luce. Ron, how are we doing this evening?
Q, I'm doing well. It's been a long time. We haven't been able to do this show in a couple weeks now. I'm stoked, man, because I feel like every single week watching this Bears team, you can tell just how well this offensive line's playing right now. And it's always a pleasure. And twice in a week, Q, it's been a long time. Back-to-back days where you and I got to share a microphone. So I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing good, Ron. Doing good. We appreciate you guys sticking with us through some of our timing lapses the last few weeks. Travel and sickness and everyday work, stuff that gets in the way of our football talk.
Ron getting married.
Yeah, marriage, like all the stuff that matters less than football. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All the stuff that matters much more than this. But we're here to do it whenever we can. And Ron, let's just jump right on in, because this I think there's a decent amount to talk through, in that we have a little less tape here than most weeks, but there's a decent amount to talk through. And this play early in the game really sets the tone for some aspects offensive line wise. It wasn't a bad game, but it's some missed opportunities throughout this game, some stuff that just could have been cleaner. And I circled Darnell Wright here because I think this first play was a little bit emblematic of his day.
Yeah, you think the turf monster gets him, but actually it's a little bit of Cole Kmet's foot. I mean, athletic as hell for him even to get up and try to attempt a block after that. But
he almost gets the guy.
Almost gets him. And I'll tell you what, I like the play design a lot too, though. Just a simple kind of pin and pull, almost kind of a pin into a double team on Kayvon Thibodeau. And I think Kayvon Thibodeau's number 5.
I do too. I think you're right.
Okay. And
I think 51 is Carter, I think. That
sounds right. And then, because then 0
is Burns.
And then 97 is Dex. So, and this is probably Q, the best D line the Bears have gone against all season.
This might be the best D line the Bears will play all year.
Yeah, I mean, this is
they are very, very good.
Yeah, this is a D line just loaded with talent. So, I mean, the play design is kind of sick. It's funny. I actually just saw a play in my recent research that is almost identical to this, where it's the backside's running your traditional kind of outside zone look, and it's a pin and pull on the front side. So, you wonder what could have been had Darnell Wright and Cole Kmet not gotten tripped up. Just
Wright
to see the green grass.
Wright gets 27. I mean, this thing is you're
that's
talking at least 20 yards, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's easily.
Most definitely. So it's one of those, like you said, it's kind of those just you see what could have been, but still nonetheless impressive though that Darnell Wright's able to do a somersault and just keep going.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I said it's almost that play felt emblematic of his day to me, because it was like Wright took some lumps in this game, but he was equally impressive at times, and it's like that play felt right for that, because it's like he stumbles, but it's still like, oh, but he did that.
100%.
All right, so Ron, on this one, what do you think is happening with Darnell Wright right here?
Well, I can tell you he's laid off the ball for starters, but this almost looks like just your traditional kind of split inside zone, where you got Loveland coming back across, and I think they're hoping that Carter and or number 95 are going to bite a little bit more on the reverse action.
Okay.
Because I think what Darnell Wright's responsibility here is it's just most dangerous.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I mean, in this case, I would usually consider the backer the most dangerous. You could tell the double team between Jonah Jackson and Drew Dalman's working to 33.
Yeah, and they do a beautiful job on that.
Yeah, it's a good looking double team. And Wright's just got to sift through. I wonder if it was just kind of a numbers game with the extra guy, and again with 95 kind of playing into Darnell Wright, he's not able to climb to the backers cleanly. And even though he does eventually get to his backer, 95 does a really nice job just condensing down on the run lane and getting a piece of Monangai here. Again, probably the best D line the Bears are going to potentially see all year. And it just looks like they might have been caught in a little bit of numbers here where maybe they're hoping, either Carter gets consumed by DJ Moore's, run fake. Maybe 95 kind of works the opposite way and works outward, and maybe Colston Loveland's then able to get a piece of him.
Yeah.
Looks like it might have just been a little bit of miscommunication, really. I mean, just one guy thinking they're okay, and unfortunately, 95 is able to get off and make a pretty good play here, because this is just good work by their front.
And Scout in the comments saying that Theo gets beat to the outside, that Swift was going to go off tackle.
Yeah, but this is inside zone. It's totally okay. I think its block is fine. When you're on the front side of inside zone, you can get quote unquote beat to the outside, but it's the only place you can get beat, because you get beat inside, it's game over. So I like what Benedet's doing here. I really do.
He's just clearing it out, kind of.
Yeah,
and he takes control of Thibodeau there. Like I think he's in good shape.
Yeah, and I mean, you could make the argument that like there's a hole for Monangai if he wants to even come off of Theo Benedet's, but it's a Y cut pretty much coming. Remember, Q, it's going to get put on the hats. Run the hash, right?
Yep.
In this case, run the A gap, right? Run the hash. And that's what Monangai's doing. And that play should develop off of there. But because of that backside pressure, really even a little bit of frontside pressure that Joe Thuney ends up finding here, it just gets stalemated before it can get any kind of legs.
Oh, yeah, that is Thuney on 93, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't graded Thuney. I've graded because I had to go back and do the Bengals game before I could do this one. So because I was out of town all of the previous week and didn't on work and had like no free time to actually grade it. So I haven't gotten to Thuney yet for this week. I've gotten Wright, Jackson, and Dalman done. Thuney's on my list for tomorrow, but I mean this is one that he's gonna get knocked on.
Yeah, he gets beat across his face. It's tough. I mean, again, sometimes the defense wins, man.
Who is 93?
I don't know. He's a motherfucker, though. So I said their D line is sick. Even their depth guys are really solid ball players.
Shout out to former Bears great Roy Robertson Harris.
Oh yeah.
So 93 is Rakeem Nunez Roches though. Roy Rob is 95.
Oh, okay. Roy Rob made a nice play on this one as well.
Yeah. All right, let's see. So we got pass play here.
Wow, that is a sick line then. If he's like their like fifth guy.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have.
Then 98. Who's 98? That's DJ Davidson. Okay.
It's a big boy.
He is. They got some mass up front, man. So this is just a 4-on-5 pass block, but we're going to give Darnell Wright a decent amount of lumps, so I got to give him some pluses too, because he had plenty of both. Like, he's still graded out pretty well, despite having more losses than is typical for him. And, like, this one right here was just suffocates that spin move.
Yeah, I don't know what, because I'm sure we'll see the clip. Like, Burns tries kind of to spin on him, too. I don't know if they just think they're going to be faster than Wright, but he's just so strong. Mm-hmm. And especially with that inside hand, he's an O-line coach's dream, let me tell you, because you always want to preach like, strong inside hand. That way you can kind of help defeat that inside move. And he's just so good at it, where every time these guys spin, he just you see his left hand here just bang right in the back, and immediately just eats up anything that Carter's trying to generate. I mean, this is just a pretty thing of beauty. I don't love Theo trying to trip Kayvon Thibodeau there at the end, but that's neither here nor there.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man. You
Yeah, as long
gotta
as you don't get
survive
called.
somehow.
As long as you don't get called for it, that's all that matters. Hell of a chip though by Monungai.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed with this rep for Theo coming off that chip. He just kind of ends up in like it gets too far inside there and just loses.
Yeah, he almost gets baited inside.
Like it's almost like gets too much weight on his right foot there, just leaning too much there.
Yeah. And then again, he tries to trip him. But then Caleb, greased up deaf guy. He was really greased up deaf guy in this game, man.
Big time. Because I mean, you can get by with just Theo, but if you start throwing in some losses from the right side at the same time, like it's like Caleb really has to start pulling out the magic, and that's kind of what we saw in this game. Because, like I said, Wright still grayed out fine. It wasn't up to his standard though, and he said that in and Nick Moriano put out an article where he's going through a really nice play from Wright from this game, and Wright is actually sitting there saying to Nick like, yeah, this game wasn't up to my standard. I was disappointed in myself a little bit with how I played. And I think that shows through in the tape. And it's good to hear that from Darnell, him saying that, though.
Yeah, it's self-accountability, and that's key, man. These guys know they need to be better, and this is a good example of that.
Yep.
You know, they know what's at stake. I think this team really has bought into the culture, man. And this front five unit's done a great job with it. Oh, this is a good looking little duo, especially on those double teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have good play action, man. And I'll tell you what, this is a play action dream. Aside from Darnell Wright getting olayed by, I know a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people sleep on Kayvon Thibodeau, but like he's still a quality really football player. Yeah, he's still a really good football player. Like I would happily take Kayvon Thibodeau on the Bears.
I think he was like one of the like highest rated like edge recruits out of high school like ever. I want to say when he came out. So I think it was always he never lived up to the hype. Yeah, but like he's still a really good football player.
Yeah, I think he was just a guy that was in the limelight from such a young age, just because of the hype around him, as like you said, and he hasn't, like you said, quite matched up to that in the NFL. But like, man, he still has his moments where you're like, he's a motherfucker, man, and he's a tough one to deal with. Now, granted, Caleb,
does it matter?
Caleb doesn't make sense.
Who's out there?
I'll tell you what, I don't know. And again, I know we watch Bears football, and we watch this, especially with the All-22 here, from I guess more of like the magnifying lens, I'll call it. Mm-hmm. But I can't remember a quarterback in NFL history that's as escapable as Caleb Williams is.
I mean, the way that he sets guys.
Maybe Michael Vick?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't remember a quarterback who sets guys up to fail when they're running at him the way that Caleb does.
That's what I'm saying.
He's so smooth and instinctive with it. Like he's like a running back in space when he's sitting in the pocket like that.
Yeah, he really is. And again, he does it so flawlessly on a dime too. 99% of quarterbacks in the NFL are dead to rights on this play. Absolutely dead to rights. And he sets him up and spins out. And
Scott says Randall Cunningham. I like that one.
I like that one too. Now I'm not old enough to really remember prime Randall. Obviously, it's just highlights and such. But yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. I was like, Randall Cunningham and Michael Vick were the only two other quarterbacks that really came to mind that like had that escapability where like their escapability is a highlight.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep this moving along here.
But we'll poo-poo Darnell. Sorry, that became a Iceman slob fest there for a hot second.
So this one, I'm not sure if Wright just gets out over his skis here, or because I think Jackson plays this really nicely. I think Wright just kind of gets a little too aggressive.
Yeah. Looks like he just gets
Like just
tripped by
lunges into
somebody.
it. Or you think it's tripped?
I don't know. It looks like him and Jackson kind of almost go knee to knee here. Because like he doesn't plant square and then he starts to fall forward. I wonder if he just got knocked off balance. I mean, you can't have it. You got to keep your feet, right? I mean, that's what you want from these guys, but that's a really unfortunate miss because
it would have been blocked up beautifully.
It would have been, and you just wonder again. It's a really nice condensed kind of pocket. Like the Giants did a good job collapsing on the play, and collapsing on the hole. I wonder if Monanga's got maybe that extra half a second where he's able to cut it out the backside here to the left, pretty much right off Dalman's hip.
Yeah,
maybe he's able to get out there a little bit, or I mean, or even maybe he's just able to continue following the double team downfield and get a couple extra yards. I love this play design, Q. I'll tell you what, this is such a fun play because what's very big in college football, I'm sure you've seen this watching college football, is kind of that H-back, kind of that move tight end for the NFL's sake. And they use those guys a lot in like counter H, essentially, right? Where the tackle stays home and you just pull the guard and then that guy comes through. They're running counter H with a motion Olamide Zacchaeus here. And it's kind of cool. Like I know it's
well, and this is the entire question, right? The thing that we keep hearing, like Luther Burden needs to eat into Olamide Zacchaeus' snaps. Is how much do you trust Luther Burden on this timing? Like that is the question that you that isn't being asked, that I think needs to be asked, because this is a very 100%. Timing specific play.
Yes,
very hitting your spot, and like. Yes, it didn't work out because someone else didn't hit their block, but Zacchaeus hit his spot.
Zacchaeus continues to have a job because he's a veteran NFL wide receiver that knows what Ben Johnson's asking for.
Yeah.
And until Luther Burden is able to do that kind of stuff, he's going to continue to get snaps, right? This was the same frustration Lions fans had with Jameson Williams when he was a rookie. Yeah, he was hurt. He was coming back. But, like, really, like, I mean, Jameson Williams' entire tenure as a Lion, people were frustrated with him because it was like, why aren't they using him more? Why doesn't he play more? Why doesn't he get featured? Because he didn't block like Amon-Ra. I think that's what the Bears don't have. They don't have that receiver that blocks like Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And because Jamo liked the DraftKings app a little too much, but
well, yeah, that's it.
But the point still stands.
Point absolutely still stands. These splits are hilarious.
Yeah, that's the whole reason I have this in here, Ron. What does your logic tell you?
There is logic to this, Q. You're gonna like this. This is an old wives' tale amongst O-line coach thing. I want to say it was Jim McNally that says this phrase: "If there's a man in the gap, there is no gap," and that's exactly what this is. You got the 2-eye inside of Joe Thuney on the left side. Because he's in the A gap, there is no gap. Just get closer. And then they spread it out again. Jonah Jackson, he's got a traditional 3 technique on the other side. He's in the B gap. If there's a man in the gap, there is no gap. Darnell Wright and he get close. It sells that it's double teams. It sells that it's duo.
Yeah.
But this is clearly getting used to set something else up at some point this season.
Okay. That's what I was hoping for. Because
this is sicko shit, because they're going to go to this again, and teams are, if teams bite on the duo, there's going to be something that's built off of this. Either it's play action or what have you. And honestly, it still looks half okay. I mean, DeAndre Swift is the one that makes it happen, but like it's a short yardage situation. You want to make sure you get clean double teams. The worst thing that can happen there is a double team doesn't hit clean and you don't get any kind of forward movement. If that happens, DeAndre Swift can't even make this play. So that's why I'm totally okay with this. I know there's a bunch of people out there that go, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. And it's just very clear that you just haven't played enough football to understand that. He is prioritizing the double teams. He says, I don't give a single fuck about your splits. Ensure these double teams are clean, and at least we get forward movement and just collapse. Because if somebody misses, or somebody misfires and we can get any kind of forward movement, one of two things is going to happen. The running back just gets into the pile and falls forward, and we still accomplish what we want to accomplish. He can bounce it like he does here, and granted, makes it an incredible individual play in order to get the required yards. Or you can even make the argument that play might have been able to bounce out to the wide side of the field. But they are prioritizing the double teams. And that's why the splits are like that. So remember, Q, if there's a man in the gap, and you don't always have to use this, but you can. There's a man in the gap. There is no gap.
Okay. Put that on a hat too.
We gotta talk to Jim about that one because he said it first. So I'm not going to take his credit where.
Yeah. Okay.
We gotta get the collaboration hats going.
Yeah. Get Mouse McNally with some on tap Sportsnet gear.
That'd be sick. That'd be so cool.
Okay, so this is the one spin. This is the spin that Darnell talked about that he got beat by. Because in that conversation he had with Nick, he said, "Yeah, I got beat by a spin by him earlier in the game, and I was proud that I was able to adjust to it as opposed to like overthinking it."
Mm-hmm.
But this is where Burns gets him early in the game.
Yeah, and this is where, the timing of that punch and being strong with the inside hand, he tries to punch him with that inside hand. And that's what the defender wants, because if you miss on your punch, as Darnell Wright does here, you just spin off their arm and you've already got their shoulder. And that's what the defense wants. They want your leverage. At that point, he's got his leverage.
Yeah.
And
that's
he's just not able to
that's the
hold up.
Or no, that's Wright's bad arm is his right arm, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the outside arm.
But I think because of that,
he's just not even really using the punch. He's just kind of driving his shoulder, it seems like.
I think Darnell Wright was hoping he was going to dip here. I really think that's what's happening, because usually by like the first or second step, you kind of know what the defensive player is going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Brian Burns he really is kind of one of a kind when it comes to this kind of stuff. There's a reason that the Giants gave up the draft capital and paid him the amount of money that they did. I mean, he's getting to his third or fourth step by the time he hits this spin. He's just that fast.
At long legs, like he just eats up space like nothing. Like
he looks like something creepy in like the zombie video games.
3, 4 is where he hits the spin.
I mean, usually by then, guys have already committed to what they're doing. And I think Darnell Wright thinks
his feet said, "I've committed," but like then he spins back.
Yep. And even Darnell Wright's committed. Darnell Wright thinks he's going for his edge, and he's going to try to just lay him to the ground and use his size. Instead, he spins back in. And I mean, I give Darnell Wright good credit. Like, he could have really leaned in. I hate to call out a player who's just going to catch a stray here on this one, but like, if that's Theo Benedet, he's not recovering on this like Darnell Wright does.
Yeah.
He's just not. Like, the fact that Darnell Wright even gets enough of him here. And then, of course, he somehow continues to be a freak.
just all greased up and hard to bring down.
It's truly mind-boggling, Q.
Like, to MJ50 in the comments point, how he holds on to the football there is incredible. Like
I said,
Burns is getting a little punch on the football right there.
I think people like severely underappreciate how strong Caleb is.
Seriously, I was thinking that watching back this game, I was like, man, Caleb's like core strength and like lower half strength, it's real. It has to be for him to be like doing some of this stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh boy.
Don't mind me, I'm just making a drink here really.
Oh, you're good. All right, so let's see what we got on this one. I promise these are not just, it's not just crap on Darnell Wright Day. It's just his misses were pretty key in this game to some moments. So like the one saving, or not the one saving grace, but a saving grace for him is he played his best football of the day in the fourth quarter. And this stuff is all chronological order. Like, he found answers late in the game and got past the issues, which is huge. But this one was another one where he had an issue with. This one was on Abdul Carter.
Oh yeah. That's the thing too, Q, about like him potentially becoming an all-pro guy. Because like really good linemen can still have bad days.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are still savvy enough to, okay, I see how they're attacking me. I'm gonna, if he does that again, I'm gonna come back and do this. That's next level football IQ stuff. And that's really what separates your just Pro Bowl guys from your all pro guys. And I think we're watching that evolution of Darnell Wright. Hey, I can have a bad start to a game. It can happen, but I'm not gonna get beat by it again. You mentioned how he talked about Burns. I got me on that one. I wasn't gonna let him do it again. I was ready for it the next time it came. You can make mistakes. Just don't make the same mistake twice.
Now I do have to mention Drew Dalman. We've talked on this show about, like, he's not the most stout pass protector, but that's not what he's paid to do. Drew Dalman earned his damn money this week. He fought his ass off with Dexter Lawrence and really kept Dexter pretty quiet. And I think Dexter Lawrence is, for my money, the most valuable defender in the NFL.
Yeah. I mean, he's that again, that's why you think about the true talent on this front for New York. I mean, they're gross. And he had a hell of a day. I mean,
this actually isn't the best example for Dalman, because this is one of the 3 reps I think he had negative on the day, but he's still battling his ass off. Like, Dexter Lawrence is just that dude. He can toss you.
He is just that dude. He's unreal, man. And he's huge. He's absolutely huge. I mean,
370 pounds. And he can move in a way that you shouldn't be able to move at that size. He is just different.
Yeah, he's next level. But this is a heck of a recovery too. I mean, he gets some help from Thuney, but I mean, Dalman does an incredible job getting back. And then again, greased up deaf guy. I mean, I think this is the one where he actually takes the sack, right? I think that was the.
I don't think he took a sack on the day.
I thought he took one.
So did I, but then when I look back at the stats, or maybe it was one. I don't remember. I thought that I was surprised at the stats today when I was looking at them of there was actually none. I could be mistaken though.
No, I could be too. But
so here we get Darnell Wright starting to find the answers here. Gets a little snatch trap on the guy. Can't tell who that is. If that's Carter or someone else, but it's got to be Carter. Or no, okay, it's 90.
That's Roy Rob.
Roy Rob. All right. Wright gets Roy Rob there. And let's see. Oh, this is the one. Beautiful pickup by Swift here, I think. Oh no, okay, it's Thuney. It's Thuney coming out and across the formation to pick that up.
Yeah, that's a hard block.
Very.
Because you're selling the play action, but these guys they're just so fast that it's really hard to get a clean block. The fact he gets this much of them is genuinely impressive.
Yeah. I mean, Burns is fast. Burns is explosive. He's getting in the backfield quickly there.
Yeah, and he's got a hell of an angle on this play. And just Thuney strong enough to get a piece of him and run him around.
Yeah, really. I mean, everyone on this play, I think, gets a really nice grade on this play. Everyone was very clean right here.
Yeah, and again, I mean, you talk about how do you help your offensive line. You got Cole Kmet in line, so that's already widening out. Burns is a longer track to the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Swift's coming through with a chip. Loveland's coming through with a chip on the other side. Or he's at least prepared for one. I don't think Loveland gets anything, but Swift tries to get a little piece of Burns. Like, I mean, this is, you're delaying 2 of your routes on this play to just ensure that like your offensive line is able to set up the way they need to. And it's important. Can't believe that wasn't.
The drops were hard to watch back. Bad.
Dude, the drops in this game were something else. It was
like, considering what the wind was and where Caleb placed some of these balls, it was just like
you got to catch that.
This was the game. Like, he was balling out.
Well, and he was balling out because even Case Keenum said it to him. He's like, You're balling, man. You're having a day. And he's like, hey, don't worry. You're going to win us this game. Man, this is the example that, the quarterback can't do everything.
All right. So now on this one, we're watching Theo. So let's see. Watching Theo here. And he's going to first come for
Mr.
5.
Thibodeau.
Yeah. Thibodeau. And then he kind of inexplicably tries to pick up blitzing 33. And I just want to get your thoughts on this, Ron, whether his logic makes sense to you or whether you think it might have just been kind of a panic moment.
I don't know.
Because in my mind, I'm looking at this and going, Caleb's been doing this all game. Caleb knows how he's about to Olay 33. But by leaving Thibodeau, it takes away Caleb's path to do that.
Right.
Because now Thibodeau is in that space that Caleb was about to use.
I also wonder if the protection was set up in a way where that he thought like Thuney's coming back.
Oh, you think he was trying to pass him off in a way?
I think he's trying to pass him off. I think because he gets inside, like he's full slide.
Yeah, because like in theory, you could pass both guys on like 1-1 over to Dalman and 1-1 over to Thuney there. But
yeah, ideally. I mean, and just unfortunately, Thuney's not able to pass off his guy to Dalman. And I think it's just maybe miscommunication. I mean, it's going to happen. I think New York does a good job. Again, it's really tough when you're full slide right and the blitz comes from the opposite side. Because there is kind of a little bit of panic that it sets in that, they got Monangai on the right side. They're expecting pressure, helping the pressure from that way. I don't think they're not expecting 33 to come in this look.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a little bit of panic from Theo. Maybe he thinks that Thuney's able to get more of Thibodeau than he actually does.
Yeah. And of course, Caleb doesn't take sacks, so no sack here, but missed opportunity.
I can't believe it that he avoids
How does he get out of that?
And the fact he still somehow puts this ball remotely close to the receiver.
There is no getting out of this.
No. He should be dead to rights. But he's not, because Caleb Williams is just literally different. I mean, he has guys grabbing his shoulder, literally getting helicoptered around.
Yeah.
The core strength of Caleb Williams is crazy.
It's insane. All right, so this was the sloppiest run blocking game from Darnell in a little while. I'm not sure what caused it. But here, this one is an example. It seems to me like he's supposed to cut off 33 here.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't get there for whatever reason. Which severely impacts this play.
Yeah, I think it's a late read. Maybe he doesn't realize that 33 is coming from
the
Mike area.
Where are his eyes? Yeah, his eyes are. I mean, he almost looks like he's looking at 91 here. Like,
Yeah,
do
I
I
don't
need
know.
to keep 91 in that spot before I rise up to the next level?
Yeah, I think he's assuming that 58's the only linebacker. I don't know if he doesn't see 33 or if 33 he thinks is bailing.
And then MJ in the comments saying, I don't know what 2's trying to do on this play. I mean, I think I can tell you what he's trying to do. He's trying to block 27. He just overruns him.
He just doesn't do a good job.
Yeah, he runs to the spot where 27 was, not where he's gonna be.
He just takes a horrible pursuit angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even that, like, this play isn't dead at all because he's still in a way to get in the way of 28. But 33 is really the guy who kills this play in my mind.
I think based on how this looks, though, I think the purpose is to pull Jackson for the play side linebacker. I think that's what's happening here.
So you think you're pulling Jackson to take on who?
To take on 33.
Huh.
And then they're having a one-on-one with, because you're not always going to get numbers. Getting numbers on that side of the foot is very rare. But you're willing to put a safety one-on-one with your tailback every single time. That's a risk you're willing to run because probably at least 50% of the time, your running back's going to win that rep, and it's probably a touchdown. I think that's what they're trying to do.
So you think Darnell was just trying to clean up the line of scrimmage then?
I think Darnell's the cleanup line of scrimmage / backside backer guy if he flows hard.
Uh-huh.
I don't, because he doesn't even have his eyes on 33. And the way it looks, DJ Moore is originally going to take on 27, and then he misses. Now, again, I don't want to sit here and be like, can't blame the O-line, but like it just shows Ben Johnson and in new world offense in football asks more than ever the receivers to be able to make good blocks. They have
to. Because if DJ cracks 27 here, 33 all of a sudden is the running back has more protection behind Jonah to keep riding outside.
100%.
Right. And then 27 is the guy who makes me say, okay, this needs to go inside now, and 33 is in the way there. But if 33 is not in the way to begin with, or if 27's not setting that edge in the first place,
bingo,
different story.
Especially because 28 takes a really hard kind of pursuit angle in toward the inside part of the field. I wonder, are they just betting on DeAndre Swift winning with his speed to the edge and 28 not getting there? He has to make a hell of a play if he's going to get there.
Yeah.
That, to me, again, you're betting one-on-one for your running back short side of the field. I think that's how they would like it to pick up. But again, it's hard because you'd like to sit there and be like, well, man, if Darnell's somehow able to make that play and DJ gets more of 28, maybe you have a home run hitter.
Right.
I think it's just,
you don't think it's anything that complex. It's not. It wasn't about hitting a home run as much as just let's get Swift in space in the safety and see what happens.
Exactly. I mean, that's most runs because worst case scenario, it's 4 yards if they win the rep. That's what.
But Ron, we all want to draw it up as a home run in our head.
I know we all do, but it's not realistic, man. It's not realistic. I wish it was.
All right, so do you think this was a misread by the running back with 33 blitzing?
Maybe.
Because that's where I landed on it. I didn't knock Jackson on this because I mean the way that I saw it was I'm looking at Drew Dalman's eyes. They're looking at 58.
Yeah.
Which logically makes me say, okay, Jackson's looking at Dexter Lawrence. That makes sense. Boom, boom, boom. And the running back being on the backer would make sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I would block it up. That's how I would call it.
Okay, so we just have either a miss here by Swift or he needed to get out to the flat quicker for Caleb.
Yeah, I don't know. 33 is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Who is 33? We keep saying his name. Demetrius Flanagan Fowles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that guy was super annoying. I heard his name a lot on the broadcast.
Yeah. Oh, and this is the one. This is the big one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, actually, no, Rob, before we get to this.
Uh-oh.
There's something that I forgot to mention here.
Oh. We got to go back to go
Which
forward.
play was it? It's this play. Okay. So this play has been the some drama on Twitter with Max Toscano, I think it is.
Okay.
Critiquing Caleb for this play, saying that right about here, I think it was this play. I don't know, maybe it wasn't this play. But he was saying that he should have stepped up in a pocket instead of roaming out. It might have been a different play where he rolled to his right and threw towards the end zone. But I don't know. This one seems like it's it.
I mean, if that's the case, I think his decision's fine.
So did I. But and that's where the guy.
He also he can't see the check down. I can promise you he didn't see the check down.
Oh, well, it was so the conversation wasn't about the check down. It was about essentially throwing this route to DJ without being on the run was what he was trying to criticize.
Oh, no, there's nothing to step into.
I think I might have gotten the wrong play. Coming to think of it here, it is just a really similar route concept.
I'll have to I'll do some kind of something.
I'll have to shoot you the play because
you'll have to say
that wasn't it.
We'll have to.
I don't think
we'll have to feature it at the start of next week's show. Q.
Yeah,
that's going to be how we rip the starter of the show. We're
but
first we address this now.
Let's try it this way.
To the internet.
Yeah, the internet. And actually, so I mean, people are trying to clown Max for this take. I do think there is some validity to what he's saying, and I like a lot of what Max puts out there. So I'm not going to sit here and try to poo-poo it, but let's see. I do want to get your opinion on it. Come on, where are we? Just going to take me another second to find it. Okay, so here's what Max put out there. That Caleb should be stepping into that pocket. And I'm not sure that's a realistic ask.
I mean, that's tight.
That's what that was my thought as well.
I mean, I don't discredit that. You can certainly do that. Quarterbacks are coached to step upward, up the hash, more or less. Everything thrives off the hash, man.
Yeah.
Because the idea is the pocket should go this way to come this way, and then it should be able to shoot up. But
because he'd have to start right about here, stepping in, right? That's
he would have to start shuffling up, and I even think then he would probably have to shuffle back again because it closes really quickly. I don't. I don't. I can understand that you're ideally this is what he would do. I don't know if I would say this is what he should have done. I think I'm okay with his decision. I'd be like, hey, why didn't you step up? Like in that meeting as a coach, I'm not like berating the player. I'm literally asking, like, was that not enough room? And if they're like, didn't feel good, these guys they were really grabby all day. They're well coached. They're swatting for the balls. They run past me. I probably wouldn't feel really comfortable in that tight of a space to be able to hold on to the football. So I bounce it outside.
Yeah.
If Caleb Williams said that to me as a coach, I'd be like, okay, we keep moving, So I think it's very nitpicky. That's really nitpicky. And he's probably not wrong to some level of an extent.
No, and that's what I do. Like, I think on Twitter and on the internet in general, we get too up in arms with some of this stuff as it's like black, white. It's like, no, that's wrong, or no, that's right. And it's like
super gray
I think
area.
There's plenty of area for that conversation to exist. Of like,
there's so much,
is that a reasonable ask?
There's so much that anybody that's not in the NFL building with that team has no idea.
Right.
Like that would like genuinely say, I think you're wrong or I think you're right on this play. There is so much inside stuff that people outside of the team like have no clue. And we can't give a truly you're right or you're wrong opinion because there's so much shit we just don't know.
Right. And like I think if you're asking Caleb Williams for a completely honest answer, does he want to be doing that in 10 years? Yeah, I'm sure the answer is yes. He wants to hit that narrow spot, climb the pocket and get there, which is also comes to the conversation of like, I think it's fair to mention that at that point, because it's like, well, yeah, eventually he's going to need to be doing that stuff. It's a long down the road, but when he's Matt Stafford's age, Matt Stafford survives because he can do stuff like that.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers survives because he can do stuff like that, right? I think that's one of the biggest Caleb comps is Aaron Rodgers. That's what Rodgers thrives on, is stepping up and out of the pocket.
Yeah.
He does it better than anybody in the sport, in my opinion.
So, I think it's fair to not knock him for it. I also want to come to Max's defense a little bit on that of like, I do think there is some reason that it's okay to mention. I'm not going to sit here and berate Caleb for it, or try to be like, that was bad. But like, I do think the conversation is okay to have.
I think what Max is trying to explain is like, hey, ideally, this is what should happen on this play.
Yeah.
Because if he does, he has this to hit this. And it's like, yeah, that's good ball knowledge, right? And that's, I think, something worthy sharing. We all get smarter hearing that kind of stuff.
Right.
But just everybody's so quick to just attack. Because everybody wants to be right, Q.
Yeah. Not me. I'm never right.
No. I'm never right. I'm like, I'm learning, man.
Oh, yeah. So this is the viral moment from the spin move that Wright just completely obliterates Burns on, which is just a thing of beauty.
Brian Burns, I get why they call him Spider-Man, because he looks like a spider monkey.
Yeah.
He's so long. He's like, but yeah, that's just brute strength, man. There's not a lot of guys in the NFL that can do that.
Yeah.
Brute strength in order to just take somebody and literally launch them to the ground out of a spin move. He gets up in the air and goes, oh shit. Smack.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, you got me, big dog.
And Thibodeau does give Theo a bit of the business here. I mean,
Thibodeau had a good game, man.
He did.
Like, he was just not a lot of like numbers per se, because Caleb just didn't take that many sacks, but like hurries and pressures, like he was up there in this game.
Well, I mean, you'll notice they had. Wait, what the fuck?
What is Abdul Carter doing?
Yeah, what the fuck is Abdul Carter doing? I did not even notice him watching this earlier.
I didn't either.
What the fuck? What is happening? I was about to point out they're only bringing 3, and then I see Abdul Carter just chilling at his 3-point stand.
Is this intentional?
Is this lag? Is this just Madden lag?
I wonder if he's trying to do this intentionally, like trying to hide and get a clean look.
Maybe. Like watch Jonah Jackson's like, what the hell is this dude doing?
He literally kicks, looks at him, stares at him. He's like, are you coming? No? Okay. I'm gonna see what else is going on. And then he starts to come and he's like,
never seen that
literally,
in my life.
You know why? I bet you he's the spy.
Yeah.
And so he's just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna sit here.
Yeah.
I got eyes on him. I'm gonna sit here.
Oh, that's wild.
I don't know if I've seen anybody else point that out. Has anybody else pointed that out?
What just
the
anyone
Abdul
doing
Carter
that?
just sitting there?
No, I haven't seen it on Twitter anywhere.
I bet you on the broadcast view, he's out of frame.
Right. Yeah.
For a split second, and I think people just are like, okay, and you dismiss it. That's awesome.
When the edible hits.
Just straight lag. He's like sitting there. Oh, I gotta play football. Oh, I gotta play football, man. I can't.
There's no one within 5 yards.
That's awesome. I love that so much. That is so cool. He's just spying. You literally just spying Caleb.
Seriously, yeah. I mean, that's all he was doing. But like,
it's so funny though. That's such a good catch by Loveland too.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's so good.
Look at this formation, Ron.
Oh, yeah. With your T formation. That's what this feels like.
Yeah.
I told you, Ben Johnson is just a sicko in the best way possible.
I remember when I said Darnell Wright had like the fourth quarter, he cleaned up. Like he
was like that.
Yeah, he was lights out. And like here on Thibodeau, he's just taking care of business.
He's like, no, you're good. I love the weird stuff that Ben Johnson does on offense.
So what are you looking at when you say that?
Just this formation. I mean, I don't think anybody else outside of like maybe Army, Navy type stuff. Like this is literally what's new is old. Like this is what football looked like in the 1920s. Everybody's up on the line. Your receivers are not really receivers. Like everybody's just like, okay, we're gonna go hit somebody, and it's like, okay, you know that certain players are receivers, but everybody lines up in the 2-point. It's just like looks more like rugby than it does football.
Yeah.
Like that's just what's old is new, and it's kind of fun to see history of the game kind of come back in new ways. This is an example of that. They have, I mean, how many guys immediately in line on the line of scrimmage?
What, 7?
At least, if not more. I think it's more.
8. I think it's 8. You're right.
Like, you literally have one guy split out wide. Everybody else is right there in that condensed set on the entire offense. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 of your 11 players on the field are immediately in line.
Yeah.
And the ball goes to the one guy that was split out wide.
Who's playing with a giant cushion.
Unreal, dude. And that's by design. You get your best receiver one-on-one.
Yeah.
Everything Ben Johnson does is about one-on-one against somebody else.
What, do we get 8 here again? Yep, 8 again.
It's awesome. I like the holding on to each other technique as well.
And we get Ozzy out there in this one.
We do. And again, because I like what the tight ends do with the hands. Because they're so far out, they can't see the football. So they just need to be able to know when to move.
Oh, yeah.
And so as soon as the hip of the guy next to him moves, they move.
Loveland gets blown up here.
Everybody's got to win. Everybody's got to win.
Little Penn State on Michigan love right there.
Big Ten rivalry. Oh, boy. He gets just accordion folded.
Yeah. And Roy Robb gets the best of Darnell right here.
Roy Robb. Good to see Roy Robb still doing things in
Dude,
the
Roy
NFL.
Robb he's a physical specimen, man.
He's a unit of
I remember when
football.
he was a UDFA out of UTSA. It was like, this dude is different physically. Like I remember Ryan Pace like talking about him and just like getting sweaty and excited and being like, "Oh, this dude,
This guy." Yeah, he's a physical freak, but like he was probably very raw coming out. It was just like, if you could teach him the technique, like he's got the traits.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the shit you can't teach.
And so I think a big part of the Bears neutralizing Dexter Lawrence in this game really was Jonah Jackson and his power and his body blows. Like I think that he really made a big difference in this game. Because like you look right here, like he is really holding the point here on Lawrence and just being like, nope, you're not blowing this up, big boy.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to hear Jonah Jackson get the love. I think he truly deserves. He has a specific mission in this offense, and it's exactly that. Just be the brute.
Yeah.
When we need to stalemate guys, you need to be the brute.
I don't think I did a good job with this highlight reel of highlighting what he did in this game. This was his best game as a Bear. Like Jonah played very well, and his combo blocks, inside zone blocks, are hitting really nicely right now. Like he's really cleaning up with those.
You love to see it.
And this one, like, I don't think there was anything that offensive line specific on this one. So like the misdirection just hits really well. And then this is the final touchdown. Then we're talking Cole Kmet lead blocking. Like we're talking Cole Kmet just walking the guy out the back of the end zone.
I'll tell you what, Cole Kmet has been the most physically frustrating player in terms of fantasy football for the Bears. But
I didn't even catch he got the 2-for-1.
But he has such a unique importance on this team right now with how good he's been, or like how well he's been blocking.
Yeah.
He has been that guy that Ben Johnson needs him to be.
Yeah. 100%. I was talking to someone about this the other day of like, I don't think Cole Kmet's worth the contract that he has right now, but I do think he is very valuable for this offense right now.
Yeah.
And like, I think that the Bears would be wise to try to like, when the Bills drafted Dalton Kincaid first round.
Yeah.
They went to Dawson Knox and asked him to take a pay cut, and he did. And I think that the Bears are on a similar path with Cole Kmet, where he's a Chicago guy. He's been with this team for years. They're just starting to win. I assume he likes his teammates. Maybe he's willing to take a pay cut to stick around here. And if not, I don't blame him at all. But like, I think that his value as a blocker is pretty big.
Yeah.
Even if it's not as big as his current salary. And like, it would be a shame to lose that, because I think you're gonna have a hard time replacing it.
I think what you can do, Q, if I'm the Bears, well, this is the GM Ron hat getting put on here really quick. He's making what, 11 and a half, between 11 and a half and 12, right? On an annual basis.
Like 9.
Is he only at 9?
Yeah.
If he's at
Let's
9
find out
right now.
Oh, you're right. So it was 4-year, $50 million. Let's see. I don't want to use spot rack. Over the cap is better. Always support over the cap. His his salary is 9.9, but his cap hit is 11.6.
Okay. I think of cap in terms of actual cap hits.
Yeah.
I don't think of, I know pay what you get paid 1 year to another is a whole nother algorithm that I don't mess with. If he's 11.6 right now, he's got that for what, this year and next year, I believe.
Let's see. And the year after.
And the year
after. 2027.
I wonder if they ask him and say, look, we're not going to cut you, but rather we're going to extend you at a lower number to balance your cap hit.
Right.
Are you okay with that? Like, if we give you, maybe we throw in the extra petty year, maybe instead of what you want to give him is like a 2 or a 3-year deal, maybe you give him a 4-year deal, but it's at like way lower money. Maybe you give him 4.5, 4 to 4.5. I think would be an okay number.
Yeah.
And you say, hey man, we'll make a bunch of it like guaranteed. So that way, even if we cut you, you're only losing a couple $1,000,000 at the end. Like maybe they do a little bit of a sweetheart deal for him, but that way they just say, we'll guarantee you money and a spot as a Chicago Bears legend, and you'll never need to ever have a real job in this city because you could just be a former Chicago Bear in Chicago and you're going to make money.
Right.
Like that's what they're offering him. They're like, dude, you're going to be a fucking saint in this city for the rest of your life.
A Bears player who took a pay cut, like Chicago's going to eat that up.
Oh yeah, everybody already like most people already like Cole Kmet. They're just going to like him even more. He's an important piece. He's your move tight end. He's your fullback. He's all of that. He does that so well, and I think the thing that the Bears offense hasn't tried to drum up yet is like Cole Kmet could totally be just the biggest pain in the ass for defenses. Like, I wonder if he's your like playoff weapon where like teams just start forgetting about him because they say all this guy does is run block, and you start running stuff specifically for him because you totally can.
I mean, let's see. Brock Wright caught a few touchdowns every year.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Brock Wright was a Bears killer, I think, if I remember correctly. There was a couple of games where Brock Wright had like 5 catches for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns. He'd get those games every once in a while, man. And you're just like, what the hell? Where did this come from?
Yeah.
I think Cole Kmet is light years better than Brock Wright.
Yeah, as long as he remembers how to catch the football again. But that's
right. So
he never had issues before this year, so
yeah, as long as he can do that still, Q. I think he's your guy that elevates this offense to another level because Ben Johnson loves the 2 tight end.
Yeah, I agree. Ron, any final thoughts before we close this one out?
I do, Q. My final thought is if Ben Johnson could carry 5 tight ends on his roster, he would.
Absolutely, he would.
That's it, though. That's all I've got. I think 3 it's crazy he only carries 3.
Yeah, I thought he was going to carry 4 coming into the year. But, Ron, why don't we go ahead and close this thing out the only way we know how, and we'll talk to everyone after the next game.
Oh, bear down, baby. Let's beat the Vikings.
Bear down, guys.